Hello, YouTube. What is up? Dawson here with my live stream of Game 3 of the Western Conference Final between Dallas and Edmonton. Yeah, we're just waiting for game to start here, and yeah. Just to give some background stats on, just to give some background stats from the series. Surprisingly, Connor McDavid doesn't have any goals, but he does have a few assists. And the series is split 1-1. So, we'll just wait here until game begins. And I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you haven't already yet, please subscribe. I'll pull up some more background stats for this series. Let's go with the team leaders. For goals for Dallas, Mikko Rantanen for Dallas Stars has 9. Rantanen also leads the team in assists with 11. Jake Ottinger has 9 wins for Dallas. Now we'll get into Edmonton stats. And Leon Draisaitl has 6 goals over these playoffs. Connor McDavid has 17 assists. And Calvin Pickard has 6 wins, according to the NHL app. Not that I'm promoting it or anything. Can't wait for this game to get underway here. It'll be interesting to see if Connor McDavid can get his first goal of the series today. And we'll also have to see if Connor McDavid has like a multi-point game. That's what I was trying to say. Maybe an assist or a goal would be good. That'll be good. Put who you think will win in the live chat. So I'll put I'll try and get a poll going here.
No drawing?
No.
Wasn't a very
Yeah, just trying to get a poll up here. Just trying to get a poll going.
Can you see if anyone's on?
Yeah.
Is anyone on?
No, not right now.
Can you stream from your phone?
All right, game will be underway shortly. This game is taking place in Edmonton, Alberta. And I think Rogers Place, if I remember correctly. "15 minutes till puck drop." Yeah, so game will officially get underway at probably around 3:20 here. And if you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So, please subscribe if you haven't already, so I can do more streams like this in the future. Yeah. Stuart Skinner has 3 shutouts and 7 starts, according to ESPN. And we'll see if Connor McDavid can get his first goal of the series today. He has had a couple assists in games 1 and 2 of this series, but he hasn't had a goal yet. So we'll have to see if he can get his first goal today. And we'll see if Mikko Rantanen can get his first goal, I believe, of the series today. And I'm sure this will be a pretty good game. Hard fought. And we'll see who will go up 2-1 in the series today. And sadly, my Maple Leafs have been eliminated. Yes, I am a Maple Leafs fan. And sadly, Florida just crushed them. Yeah, so now the Oilers are my team for the rest of the series, or for the rest of the playoffs, I should say. Because, they're the only Canadian team left. Another interesting stat for Dallas Stars, according to ESPN, they have not lost back-to-back games this series, or actually in the playoffs. They have not lost back-to-back games. Yeah, Rantanen has 0 goals in the last 5 games, according to ESPN. So, we'll have to see if Rantanen can get his first goal and snap that streak. Let's go through team leaders again for Dallas and Edmonton, according to the NHL app. Mikko Rantanen has 9 goals for Dallas. Leon Draisaitl has 6 goals for Edmonton. Rantanen has 11 assists for Dallas. McDavid has 17 assists for Edmonton. Ottinger has 9 wins for Dallas. And Calvin Pickard has 6 wins for Edmonton over these playoffs. Those are just some team leaders. And we'll see who ends up winning this series and eventually the cup. And we'll also have to see with the Carolina Panthers series if Carolina can end up pulling a reverse sweep. But Panthers seem to be dominant. Just under 10 minutes till puck drop here. And yeah. Let's see what other stats I can find. Yeah, both Connor McDavid and Mikko Rantanen have 20 points for their respective teams. Dallas as the second-ranked power play with 33% rate. And have the third best penalty kill. Edmonton has the 6th best power play at 25% and the 15th best penalty kill. And the officials for this game is, maybe not. Yeah, we'll have to see here who can get the start for goalies in today's game. And we'll have to see if either Pickard or Skinner gets to start for Edmonton, and Ottinger or Casey DeSmith for Dallas. Let's see who's in between pipes here for Dallas. I have a good feeling it's Ottinger, and Ottinger appears to be in goal for Dallas. And Stuart Skinner in goal for Edmonton, I believe, here to start. So, we'll have to see who will be the better goalie. And we'll see if droughts will come to an end with, Connor McDavid not having a goal this series yet, and Mikko Rantanen on a 5-game goalless streak. All right. We'll have to pause here for the anthems. And just gonna pause for anthems for right now. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Yeah, just pause for it. Good start to the anthems here. You can really hear the crowd. And that crowd, that gave me a bit of goosebumps. Yeah, hearing that crowd. Yeah, that good anthems. Good anthems. All right, let's get this game started. Ottinger and Skinner are in net. And let's get this game started. Face-off won by Dallas. And Edmonton gets it, but Dallas sends it into Edmonton's zone. Skinner out to play it. Kept in by Dallas, but Edmonton pushes it out. Edmonton now on the attack. Draisaitl, I thought that was Draisaitl. Okay, Dallas gets it and takes it out of their zone and pushes it into Edmonton's offensive zone. Skinner out to tap it to his teammate. Behind his net now. Bouchard passes it to center ice. Taken away by Dallas. Dumps it in. Passed out in front. Misses the mark. Dallas now sending it around the boards. Shot on goal, saved by Skinner. Edmonton now through center ice into their offensive zone. Behind the net. Edmonton gets a good hit. Dallas gets it out of danger. Icing by Dallas. We'll get a face-off here in Dallas's zone. Yeah, this will be a true battle between two great teams. Face-off won by Dallas. Taken by Edmonton. Through center into their zone. Shot. Broken stick on the ice. Here comes Dallas looking to make a breakout. Dallas in their zone. Shot on Skinner. He saves it. Toe save made by Skinner after another shot. Sends it around the net. Shot blocked in front. Dallas is in their own end after taken away by Edmonton. Sends a pass just wide. Here comes Edmonton. Sends it in there and Dallas' end. Stopped by Ottinger as he goes to place it. Shot by Edmonton. Deflected wide. Taken. Here comes Edmonton in center ice. Dumps it in. Here comes. Okay, I guess it's icing. We'll get another face-off here in Edmonton's offensive zone. Sorry. Face-off won by Edmonton. Sends it in deep. Here comes Draisaitl. Passes it off, and here comes Ben. Ben loses it in the corner. Fighting for it is Edmonton comes back out with it through center ice. Shot, I think blocked and sent wide. Dallas looking for a breakout. Rantanen found no one and sends it deep. Edmonton behind the net looking to break out. Stopped at center ice and sent back into Edmonton's end. Here comes Edmonton. Through center and shot on Auditor, saved. Bouchard, shot, saved. Bouchard sends it deep. Can't really see who that is. Okay. Bouchard sends it in, shot, and sent wide. Hyman. Centering pass and sent just wide. Bouchard. Shot. Blocked. Or was that a pass? May have been a pass. And shot saved by Ottinger by Edmonton. Dallas gets it out of their zone. No icing called after he went all the way down the ice. Stars have it in the corner. Oh, that is kind of a nasty check from behind. Shot by Dallas. Saved by Skinner. Scrum in the corner. Here comes Edmonton in the neutral zone. Put it back in their own end. Dallas now with the puck in their own end. Dumps it in. Icing apparently called. Yeah, so we'll get a face off in Dallas's zone. Yeah. Good pressure by Edmonton so far. Yeah, getting good chances, but they're getting saved by Jake Ottinger. And put your predictions on who's going to win the game here. All right, Dallas in neutral zone. Hit along the boards. What's the call? And offside might be the call here. Yeah, we're getting a commercial break here. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to the year. So, yeah, we'll see how that progresses. And, yeah. Well, yeah, you can also vote on the poll to see who you think will win today's game between Edmonton and Dallas. Yeah. See some Oilers fans in the poll. Yeah, I can already tell that this is going to be a great matchup between two great teams. I'll try and get some more stats to tell you guys. Yeah, Edmonton has 6 hits so far. Yeah, Edmonton is leading in shots on goal game 5-3. And I'm still surprised by how many hits. Apparently a hit was added to Dallas, so it's now 6-3. Face-offs about equal. Let's get ready for this face-off. Face-off won by Draisaitl. Here comes Edmonton. Edmonton in the corner. Around net, just wide. Edmonton sending it deep in the zone. Dallas on the rush now. Through center ice in their zone. Stopped by Edmonton and getting it out of harm's way and out of their zone. Dallas in their zone. Chipped in. Here comes Edmonton. Sends it in the offensive zone. In the corner. That might not have gotten called. Dallas sent it into the Edmonton zone. Edmonton now. Tried to connect with the pass, but that didn't go well. Dallas now. Through center ice and got it into Edmonton zone. Edmonton now behind their net. Missed pass. Dallas has it now. Offside. Got a face off here in neutral zone. We got a poll going up here, so if you want to vote on who will win the game, that'll be good. Big hit from Dallas, and Dallas has it in their own end. Icing as tries to send it in from their own end. So I'm cheering for Edmonton here, but we'll have to see who wins. Edmonton shot deflected away by Ottinger. Here comes Dallas sending it in. Edmonton coming from behind their own net. Through center ice. Missed pass, and Dallas now trips it into Edmonton's end. Big hit behind the goal, and Dallas. Oh, centering pass. Oh, what a pass. Or actually, what a save by Stuart Skinner. That was a good save. As the scrum is forming in front of the net. Yeah, it was like pretty much a wide open net. Yeah, great. And chance by, I think, was it Blackwood who took that shot? Yeah, but it was a great save by Stuart Skinner. Face off one here by Edmonton. Puck went into the bench area. Yeah, that was a big save by Ottinger. Face off here in Edmonton's end. Face off won by Edmonton. Dallas trying to send it back in. Dallas. Edmonton getting it behind their net and trying to send it out. Here comes Dallas. Lost it. Edmonton got it out of their end. Here, fighting for it. Edmonton gets it back out into Dallas's end and covered up by Ottinger. What a start to this game. Still no score. Yeah, still at zeros. Yeah, Edmonton's getting a lot on the hit parade, going up 11-3 in terms of the hits. Shots on goal. Dallas has 5. Edmonton has 7. Yeah, there's only been one blocked shot in this game so far, and Edmonton's had that blocked shot. Yeah, Edmonton has 6 giveaways. Meanwhile, Dallas only has 1. Yeah, this has been a pretty good game so far. Edmonton's doing a great job of trying to keep the puck in their offensive end, and they're playing really physical. Face off here in Dallas's zone. Face off won by Edmonton, and Kaspanen's shot was swallowed up by Jake Ottinger. 8-5 in terms of shots for Edmonton. Face off won by Wyatt Johnston, and Edmonton now sends it out of their zone. Scrum along the boards, and Dallas comes away with the puck. Here comes Dallas. Shot blocked. Here comes Edmonton. Pass missed the mark. Here comes Dallas dumping the puck into Edmonton zone. Edmonton breaking out. McDavid, pass missed the mark. Here comes Dallas now. Shot blocked by, actually, I think that might have missed the net, to be honest. Big hit in the corner for Edmonton, and Edmonton takes it through center ice. And shot stopped by Andre. Yeah, this has been pretty physical game so far. I'll pull up the total hits on the game. Yeah, Edmonton has 11 hits so far, and Dallas only has 5. Face off here in Dallas's zone. Steele wins the face off for Dallas. Edmonton gets it back. Dallas behind their net. On the breakout is Dallas. Sends it behind the net. Stuart Skinner plays it. Dallas behind the net. Sends it behind the net again. Here comes Edmonton on breakout. Shot blocked by CC. Scrum along the boards. Edmonton gets it back. Puck is sent out of their zone. Edmonton gets it in their own end, sends it up through center. Here comes Edmonton, sending it into Dallas's zone. Andre stops it. Here comes Dallas. Through center ice into Edmonton's zone. Pass broken up by Vander Kane. Kane fights for the puck. Edmonton has it behind their net. Here comes Edmonton. Through center ice. Back in their own end. Back in their own end. Edmonton throws it into Dallas's end. Dallas through center ice. Fighting in the corner. Yeah, I think it went out of the rink now. Yeah, puck went into the netting. Question is now, did anyone touch it? Yeah, for delay of game. That's kind of tough. Seeing the replay if okay. No penalty was called on that play after the Oilers put it in the netting. Yeah, I think that did hit the shaft of either Johnson's or Drysaddle's stick. Edmonton wins the face-off. Edmonton. Bouchard scores off the Bouch bomb. Edmonton takes the 1-0 lead. 93-mile-an-hour shot. Wow, that's fast. On Edmonton's 10th shot of the game. That was like posting in. Maybe it deflected off someone in front. Yeah, Bouchard was assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Brett Kulak. Dallas shot stopped by Skinner. Here, fight in the corner, or scrum in the corner, not a fight. Scrum along the boards. Edmonton's coming away with it 3-on-1. McDavid scores. Connor McDavid. First goal of this series. I wanted him to score a goal in this game, and he scored. Assisted by Nugent Hopkins. What a goal by Connor McDavid on the one-timer. That was like, geez, that was like nearly like 35 seconds apart. Yeah, it was just a great give and go with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to set up that goal. Edmonton sends it into Dallas zone. Stopped by Unger, who sends it around the boards. Yeah, 2 goals in 36 seconds for Edmonton. And it's 2-0 Edmonton. Hit in the corner, and Dallas has it in their own end. Here comes Dallas in Edmonton zone. Shot blocked in traffic. Janmark slips. Dallas behind our net. In center ice now. Here comes Dallas, slap shot. Saved. Here comes Dallas behind the net and covered up by Skinner. Little scrum in front of the net. And we're going to a commercial break. Yeah. Scored by Evan Bouchard and McDavid. 36 seconds apart. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins assisted on both goals. Now let's see what the hits are looking like. Edmonton is still leading in the hit parade, 14-6. As well as in the shots on goal race, 11-7 for Edmonton. Edmonton is also leading in blocked shots with 3, and Dallas only has 1. Yeah, that was wild, like 30 seconds. Yeah, with McDavid and Bouchard each scoring a goal, like 36 seconds apart. And face-offs are about equal at this point. And what led to those 2 goals was it was like really close, but Edmonton flipped the puck up into the netting. Yeah, and it was like really close between like a penalty and not. Face off cleanly won by Dallas, sent wide. Here comes Dallas. Shot saved by Skinner. Behind net. And here comes Dallas. Shot. Dallas along the boards. Edmonton sends it behind their own net. Edmonton sending it into center ice. Another big hit for Edmonton. Edmonton coming through center. Sends it into Dallas' zone. Back out in center ice. Sends it back into Dallas' zone. Comes back out, but Edmonton quickly. Dallas now through center. Puts it into Edmonton's zone. Skinner plays it up to center, but Dallas gets it back. Dallas sends it in. Edmonton with the puck now. Can't quite make out who has it, but it's taken back by Dallas. Shot. I think blocked in front. Shot saved by Skinner. Edmonton gets it out of their zone. Dallas swoops behind their net. Here comes Dallas through center ice. Saved by shot on goal, which was saved by Skinner. Scrum along the boards for the puck. Edmonton with the puck after the scrum in corner. Sends it through center. Dallas with the puck behind their net and comes back out. Through center, dumps it in. Edmonton sends it back behind their net. Here comes Edmonton through center and into Dallas' zone. Perry centered and no one home. And Klingberg with the puck out of Dallas' zone. Here's Dallas with the puck. Under a minute to go in the period. Edmonton behind their net. Flips it through center. Icing is the call. So we'll go to face off in Edmonton zone. Yeah, Edmonton's leading in shots on goal with 11, and Dallas with 9. Face-off won by Edmonton. Dallas sends it into Edmonton's zone, but Edmonton quickly gets the puck and flips it out to center ice. Dallas sends it into Edmonton's zone. Dallas behind the net now. Shot. Blocked. Puck in front. Saved by Skinner. We're getting our first penalty of the game with 2.6 seconds left. High sticking. Oh, yeah. I do see that high stick. Yeah, this will carry into the next period. Okay, I'm watching the replay, and apparently, yeah, Heiskanen lifted Rantanen's stick, and that went into Rantanen's face. Interesting penalty for Kapanen. Face off and big scrum at the end of the first period here. That'll be sorted out by the officials, and that's the end of the first period. Yeah, your goal scorers for Edmonton, Evan Bouchard and Connor McDavid. 2-0 Edmonton at the end of the first. Dallas has 9 shots on goal. Edmonton has 11. Dallas has 8 hits so far, and Edmonton has 17. And got our first penalty of the game with 2 seconds left in the period. Heiskanen got the penalty for high sticking. And face-off percentage is nearly 50-50. And if this is your first time seeing the channel, I hope you stick around and subscribe, because I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this year. So please click that subscribe button so you can see more streams like this. And this has been a really physical game by Edmonton so far. I mean, they have 11 hits. So, yeah, they're not messing around this game against Dallas. And looks like they might go up 2-1 in the series. And they're looking to get back to the Cup final and hopefully bring the Stanley Cup back to Canada for the first time in around 30 years. So, and let's see. And I think, yeah, that Florida might win against Carolina, because they ended up winning last night. And yeah, I think it was like 6-2 or 3. Florida won that game. Yeah, despite Florida scoring an own goal, Florida still ended up winning. Yeah, as a Maple Leaf fan, seeing Toronto lose to Florida didn't make me the happiest, but now I'm cheering for Edmonton. And wanted to see that Matthews versus McDavid show in the Cup Finals, but that's no longer happening. And still holding on to hope that Edmonton can get back to the Cup final and end up winning between the winner of Carolina and Florida. Yeah, 13 minutes to go left in the intermission before second period puck drop. Yeah, we'll try and pull up more stats. Yeah, 9 giveaways for Edmonton, only 2 for Dallas. And just as a reminder that it's 2-0 Edmonton. Goal scorers are Evan Bouchard and Connor McDavid. And Ryan Nugent-Hopkins assisted on both goals for Edmonton. Yeah. Trying to find more stats here. Yeah, Skinner's in net for Edmonton, and Ottinger's in net for Dallas. And yeah, both goals beautiful for Edmonton. And our poll is still going. If you haven't voted yet, end the poll halfway through the third period. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 by the end of this year. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Yeah, Dallas is leading in face-off percentage, 55.6 to 44.4. And Edmonton is just a hitting machine with 20 hits so far. Only 11 for Dallas. Yeah, so this is a really physical game. Yeah, I'd say on both ends of the ice. Yeah. And Dallas will have the power play to start a second period after Kapanen got the high sticking penalty. Yeah, with 2 seconds to go left in the first period. And I'm interested to hear on what you all think of the game. So, and I'm just interested in general on what all of you have, or what everyone thinks on the game so far. Yeah. Trying to find more stats from the game. Anyways, can't really find any more stats, and I don't want to bore everyone with just numbers. And last night's game between Florida and Carolina, that was a wild game. Yeah, I think someone ended up getting suspended for a big hit. Yeah, someone got suspended. I looked at the stat last night and I can't remember who ended up getting suspended. Yeah, trying to find the stat. Anyways, I can't find it. Yeah, just around 5.5 minutes until second period starts. Edmonton leads Dallas 2-0. McDavid and Evan Bouchard on the goals for Edmonton. Yeah, Stuart Skinner's in net for Edmonton, and yeah, Jake Ottinger's in goal for Dallas. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. And it would mean a lot to me if I could get to 100 subscribers. And if you see in our chat, we have a poll going. And if you want to vote on who you think will win the game, go ahead and vote whatever team you want to win. Or, yeah, just who you want to win. You can pick whoever. I'm not going to judge. Yeah, shots on goal currently. Oilers have the upper hand with 11 shots on goal. Dallas with 9. And Dallas has the power play with Heiskanen taking the penalty. So, around minute 57 left on the power play for Dallas. An interesting fact, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins assisted on both goals for Edmonton. He set up Evan Bouchard for the slap shot and Connor McDavid. Well, a nice little give and go for the goal. The goals were actually 36 seconds apart. So, that's something to be proud of if you're Edmonton. But if you're Dallas, I'd probably be thinking of like a good defensive strategy to try and get the puck more in your offensive zone. And Dallas has a power play, so I'd imagine they'd spend most of the power play in their zone. And we'll see if Dallas ends up capitalizing on the chance and ends up scoring. And power play and defense is pretty key in winning these games. Yeah, more like if you can kill penalties and do good on the power play and you have great defense, that's pretty much the key to success and winning. This has been a pretty physical game so far up to this point. Yeah, Edmonton has 20 hits and Dallas only has 10. But yeah, this is going to be a physical game. Yeah. I expect to see more hits. And we're about ready to start up the second period here. Yeah, we're probably a minute or two away from starting. Yeah, this will definitely be I really hope it's like a back and forth game. So yeah, that'll keep the game interesting. And here we come back from intermission break. Dallas wins the face-off to start the second period. Here comes Rantanen, dumps it in. Dallas gets the puck back. Rantanen takes a shot. I think that was saved by Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen tried to thread the needle, but that didn't work. Here's Rantanen again with the puck. Heiskanen, Robertson, Duche, Rantanen, Heiskanen, Rantanen, shot. Saved by Stuart Skinner. Duchesne behind the net. Here's Heiskanen. I think tripped up a little bit. Here's Rantanen, shot saved. Yeah, Stuart Skinner, what a save. Yeah, that was a good save by Stuart Skinner on Mikko Rantanen. Oh, Rantanen even had a post hit. Oh, that was close. That was close. Face-off won by Dallas. Sends it behind their net. Rantanen shot. Missed the net. Edmonton clears it down the ice. Kills off a few seconds of the penalty. Here's Dallas coming through. Here's Ben. Shot saved by Stuart Skinner. Scrum along the boards for the puck. Edmonton gets it along the boards behind the net and gets it out of the zone. Pass missed the mark and Edmonton clears it. Edmonton kills off Dallas's penalty. Here's Edmonton starting behind their own net. Coming through center ice. Dumps it in. Centered in front, but that was disrupted by Dallas here. Edmonton with their neutral zone, and here's Edmonton in front. Chance missed. Here's Dallas on the attack. Here's Dallas around the net. Shot. Saved by Skinner. Here's Dallas behind the net again. Stick got tied up there. Centered in front. Edmonton gets it and sends it to center. Here's Dallas with the puck. Sent into Edmonton's zone. Here's Dallas again. Shot. Saved by Skinner. Scrum forming in front of the net. And Dallas now has 11 shots. Make that 13. Yeah. Dallas has 13 shots on goal. Meanwhile, Edmonton has 11. Edmonton has 21 hits and Edmonton has 21 hits. Dallas has 11 so far. Here's David in to take the face-off for Edmonton, which McDavid loses. Shot blocked by McDavid. Here's Connor McDavid. Odd man rush. Ooh. That did not look good. Someone from Edmonton got tripped up and went a little bit into the boards. Meanwhile, on the opposite end of the ice, Skinner stopped some shots. And the whistle is blown. Yeah, that was... Oh, yeah. Nugent Hopkins took a tumble into the boards. Let's hope he's okay. Meanwhile, some great saves by Stuart Skinner on the opposite end of the ice. Yeah, let's hope Nugent Hopkins is all right. Face-off won by Dallas. Quick shot. Saved by Skinner. And covered up for another whistle. Yeah, shots are in Dallas's favor. 16-12 in favor of Dallas. Yeah, this has been a really physical game for both sides tonight. Face off. Yeah, we're going to have to take the face off over again. McDavid loses the face off, and here's Dallas. Where's the puck? Behind Edmonton's net. And here comes Edmonton on the breakaway. Almost, but turned down by Dallas. And here comes Dallas behind the net. Here comes Edmonton now on an odd man rush. Kane saved by Ottinger. Yeah, Dallas has really run away with the chances on goal. Yeah, Dallas has 18 shots on goal, and Edmonton has 12 so far. Yeah, 15 minutes, 17 seconds left in the game. 2-0 Edmonton. Dallas behind their net. Flings it out the center. Here comes Edmonton. Saved by Ottinger and put up into the netting. Yeah, this has been a pretty physical game up to this point. Yeah, especially with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins taking a tumble into the boards just a couple minutes ago. Yeah, that was scary. Let's hope he's all right. And here comes the face-off. Edmonton wins. Yeah. Here's Draisaitl. Brought back up to the blue line. Shot missed the net. Here's a shot. Saved. Here's Dallas on a breakout chance. Back into Dallas's zone the puck goes, and Dallas collects it, sends it into Edmonton's zones. Skinner out to play it. Behind the net now. Shot. Tried to tip it in front, but that was wide. Here's Dallas again. Nice move. Here's Edmonton. Shot sent wide. Race for the puck. That was sent out of the Dallas zone. Ottinger out to play it. And here's Dallas with the puck behind Edmonton's net. Here's a shot sent wide. Second chance denied. Here's Nugent-Hopkins sending it to his teammate. Sent behind the net. Here's Heiskanen. Intercepted by Edmonton. Bouchard shoots it, and it goes out of play. This has been wild. And we're going to commercial break. 2-0 Oilers. Yeah, as we go into commercial break with just under 13 minutes left to go in the period. Goal scorers are Connor McDavid and Evan Bouchard. Yeah, Dallas is leading in shots on goal with 18, and Dallas has 18 shots on goal, and Edmonton has 13 shots on goal. Yeah, so that's one of the dominant areas for Dallas. Another dominant area for Dallas is the face-off percentage. Yeah, they're doing real well in the face-off circle, winning 64 of the 64% of the face-offs so far. And like I've mentioned so far, this has been a really physical game. Yeah, but Edmonton leads in terms of hits, blocked shots, and giveaways. And yeah, this is pretty much Edmonton's day so far. And yeah, each team is looking to take the series lead. And Dallas looking to get to Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 2020. And Edmonton looking to get back to the Cup Final for the second time in a row. And we're back underway. Edmonton wins the face-off, and the shot immediately after is blocked. In the neutral zone, Dallas sends it into Edmonton zone. Edmonton now with the puck behind their net, sending it up to center, and that's icing. And yeah, we got a poll going for who you think will win the game. Yeah, which we will end once it is midway through the third period. So go ahead and cast your votes now if you haven't already. Here's Edmonton trying to get the puck out of their zone. Dallas comes away with the puck, sends it just wide of the net. Someone takes a spill on the ice. Dallas sends it behind the net. Edmonton now sends it out to center ice. Dallas sends it back in to Edmonton zone. Vander Kane takes it out of Edmonton zone. Dallas now going through neutral zone. Shot. Swallowed up by Skinner. Scrum now. Nearly got a fight there. Yeah, They don't want to take dumb penalties, especially in the playoffs. You really don't want to take any penalties. But stuff happens, and you take a penalty and here and there, and yeah, I mean that's all right if you if you take a penalty here and there, that's all right, but you usually don't want to take a penalty. And still 2-0 Edmonton. Just under 12 minutes here left in the second period. Edmonton is taking a face off in their end. Yeah, Stuart Skinner he's doing good in these playoffs. He has 3 shutouts and 7 starts. Edmonton wins the face-off. Draisaitl sends it in to Dallas' zone. Here's Edmonton sending it around the boards again. Sent into Edmonton zone. Apparently not icing. Here's Dallas with a shot. It's in front. Here's Edmonton trying to get it out of their zone, but turned it over. Here's Dallas. Shot. blocked in front. Center ice. Here comes Edmonton zone. Here's Dallas behind Edmonton's net. On the blue line, here's Dallas. Shot. Blocked in front. Here's Edmonton. A 2-on-1 and pass broken up. Here comes Dallas through the neutral zone. Heiskanen sends it over to be sent into the zone, but Edmonton takes it back, sends it deep in Dallas' zone. Edmonton, McDavid shoots, blocked in front. Here's Edmonton in their own zone. Nugent Hopkins sends it into Dallas' zone. Here's Dallas on the breakout. Dallas in Edmonton's zone. Edmonton tripped up. Yeah, that was a clear trip. Yeah. Yeah, just under halfway through period. Yeah. Bischel takes that penalty. That can't do that, boys. And please like and subscribe if you enjoy what to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. It's an honor to get to 100. And we also got a poll going in chat. If you want to vote on who you think is going to win the game, you can cast your vote. And we'll end the poll halfway through the third period. And it's still 2-0 Edmonton. Goals by Evan Bouchard and Connor McDavid. Shots are still in favor of Dallas, 21-13. Yeah. Hits. Edmonton is still leading in. 25-17 in favor of Edmonton in terms of hits. Edmonton also has 11 blocked shots and 10 giveaways. Not bad. Here we come back from commercial break after Bischel took that tripping penalty. Dallas wins the face-off and clears it. Skinner out to stop the puck. Bouchard with the puck. Passes it to McDavid with speed. Easily comes into the offensive zone. Nugent Hopkins gives it to McDavid. Bouchard. Dallas gets it and clears the zone. Here comes Ryan Nugent Hopkins again. Here's McDavid. Sends it deep. Nugent Hopkins gets it. And rims it to the other side. Here's Draisaitl. Passes it to McDavid, who passes it back up to Bouchard. McDavid passes to Draisaitl. Back to McDavid. Back to Draisaitl. And download a Nugent Hopkins, who gives it back to Draisaitl. Nugent Hopkins again, looking for a shot. Passes. Here's Bouchard. Dallas has it now. Sends it in deep. Goes for change. Here's Draisaitl. Gives it to McDavid. Back to Draisaitl. Oh, there's another penalty. Yeah, we have 18 seconds of 5-on-3. Believe a hit from behind or boarding. That was not a good penalty to take. Steele with the penalty. Oh, another tripping penalty. I thought it was like a hit or something, but apparently it was a tripping penalty. We'll have 18 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey. Still 2-0 in favor of Edmonton. Dallas has 22 shots on goal. Edmonton has 13. Just under 8 minutes to go in the period. Dallas wins the face-off. Clears the zone. And sends it into Edmonton territory. Edmonton behind the net. Sends it down for icing. 2 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Yeah, this has been a physical game so far. Yeah, Edmonton now up to 22 or 26 hits, sorry. Yeah, and Dallas has 17. Face off in Edmonton zone. Edmonton wins that. Here comes McDavid. Passes to Kane. Shot saved by Ottinger. Yeah, that was a good chance by Edmonton to try and get yet another goal. Yeah, couldn't finish on the chance though. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this year. And Dallas clears it again. Skinner plays it to Klingberg. Here's Evander Kane. Passes it to Corey Perry. Kane again. Here's Dallas. Gets it out of harm's way. Here's Wallman. Klingberg. Shot. Attempt. Put up in net. And need to have a strong special teams in order to do your best, and obviously got to get some good defense in order to obviously support your offense, and also got to hope your offense does well and score. Yeah, which sadly my Maple Leafs didn't do in their series loss to Florida. Here's Edmonton again. Draisaitl in, pass to McDavid. Pass back up to Bouchard. McDavid. Draisaitl. Bouchard shot. Blocked in front. Here's Dallas. Sending it behind the net. Sent it through center and cleared the puck. Less than 30 seconds to go in the penalty. Here's McDavid. Missed pass. Here's Dallas. Hoping to clear, and they do. Here's Evan Bouchard. Puts it down low, and penalty has been killed. Here's Dallas. Edmonton gets it back. Here's Dallas again. Scrum puck. Here's Steele. And passes it again. And back into the zone is Dallas. Big hit in Edmonton zone. Here's Dallas at Edmonton zone. Here's Dallas coming back up the boards. Shot, saved by Skinner. Robertson on the rebound, couldn't get it in the net. Here's another shot, and they score. 2-1 Edmonton. I think Bichelle got the goal. That might have been... I think Robertson got that. Yeah, a piece of that and sent it past Skinner. Between the legs. Got the goal. Yeah, Bichelle got the goal. 2-1 Edmonton. Less than 5 minutes here in the second period. Dallas won that face-off. Here's Dallas sending it into Edmonton zone. Here's Dallas, another shot, sent wide. Here's Edmonton looking for a breakout. Dallas takes it away. Here's Dallas again, sending it into Edmonton zone. Edmonton now behind the net. Dallas takes it away. Shot saved by Skinner. Edmonton sends it down the ice for icing. Here's Edmonton again with another chance. Doesn't get the shot off. Here comes Dallas. Shot saved by Skinner. Puck sent out of play. (2-1 Dallas. Or wait, no, not 2-1 Dallas. 2-1 Edmonton, sorry. Yeah, after Bichelle got the goal for Dallas. And we're into commercial break. Yeah, shots on goal still in favor of Dallas, 26-15. But Edmonton still leads the game, 2-1. Evan Bouchard and Connor McDavid on the goals for Edmonton. And then, as we just heard, Fischl got the goal for Dallas with 15:35 left to go in the second period. "28 hits for Edmonton, 19 for Dallas." Yeah, Dallas has good face-off percentage. 64.7% face-off percentage right now. They're doing good. And both teams have gotten power play opportunities. Neither team has scored on the power play. Edmonton is 0 for 2. Dallas is 0 for 1. Here we go, back after commercial break. Edmonton wins the face-off. Here comes Edmonton through center. Edmonton with it. Got a broken stick on the ice. Dallas sends it the length of the ice. Skinner stops that. Edmonton sends it into Dallas' zone. Here's Dallas. Sends it into Edmonton's zone. Edmonton behind their net. Here comes Edmonton through neutral ice. Here's a shot and stopped by Ottinger. Good shot. Not good enough to beat Ottinger. And this game has really been physical. Actually throughout the game, it's been really physical. Here's a face-off won by Dallas. Here's Edmonton, who took the puck behind the net. Zach Hyman sends it behind the net. Here's scrum on the boards. Puck got sent out to center ice and into Edmonton's zone. Here comes Vander Kane with a shot that was blocked. Here comes Dallas. Shot saved by Stuart Skinner. That was a great shot, but an even greater save by Stuart Skinner. And we got the poll going for who you think will win the game today. And here's the face-off won by Edmonton. Here's Dallas with the puck now. Comes behind the net. Comes back behind the net. Out in front, and that was a dangerous chance. Here comes Edmonton. giveaway. That was a great chance. Shots went off, but yeah, great save by Stuart Skinner. Yeah. Oh, little scrum going on the boards. Looks like Darnell Nurse in the middle of that. Yeah, near drastic situation for Jake Ottinger. Turned the puck over, nearly got scored on, but he made really good saves. Oh, that was close. Here comes the face-off in center ice, or in the neutral zone. Under a minute to go, left in the second. Puck got sent into Dallas' zone. Here's Dallas. Sent it into the neutral zone. Picked up by Edmonton. Here's McDavid. Tried to wrap it around. Had no success. McDavid scores! Connor McDavid. Goal number 2 of the game. Oh, man, oh, man. McDavid with his second of the game, as well as the second in this series. That was a beautiful goal by Connor McDavid. Yeah, stick side on Ottinger. Yeah, that was just a beautiful goal by Connor McDavid. Yeah, that was a good goal. 10 seconds left in the period. Here's Dallas. Looking for one last shot. They got it off, but saved by Skinner, and that's the end of the second period. 3-0 Edmonton. Connor McDavid scores within the last minute to make it 3-1. Yeah. Shots are still in favor of Dallas, who has 30 shots on goal. Only 18 for Edmonton. 19, actually, sorry. 3 of those shots have gone in. Yeah, that doesn't really seem that good for save percentage. Yeah, this game is still physical. We have over 50 hits so far in this game. Edmonton has 31 of those, and Dallas has the other 20. Yeah, I'd say Dallas really took control of the second period in terms of shots and offense, but it's still a 2-goal deficit as Edmonton still leads 3-1 during the second intermission. Yeah. I wanted it. Yeah, before this game started, I said I wanted Connor McDavid to at least score one goal. And yeah, so far he has 2 of the team's goals. I'll quickly run through the goal scorers. First Evan Bouchard with the slap shot that opened the scoring. And then Connor McDavid. And that was all the scoring for the first period. And then we go into the second period. Bichelle got Dallas's first goal. And then Connor McDavid in the last minute of the period puts it stick side on Ottinger. What a period. We have 3 penalties in Game 3 so far. Neither team has scored on the power play. And we got a poll for whoever wants to vote on whoever they think is going to win this game today. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'm looking to get to 100 by the end of the year, and I'm around a quarter of the way there, so every subscriber helps. And for the poll, we'll end it either halfway through the period or halfway through the third period, or like first period immediately after halfway. And if you're watching the game while watching my streams, I'd like to hear everyone's input on the game so far. Because it's been really physical both ways. But it's really Edmonton that's dominating the scoring. Despite Dallas leading in shots. We got. I'll try and pull up a couple more stats here. I don't want to bore everyone with numbers. Blocked shots are about equal here. Dallas has 11 blocked shots. And Edmonton has dominated the physical side of this game, while Dallas has been dominant on the shots on goal. Both, but total of 4 shots from both teams have found the back of the net so far. I'll try and find one last stat. Yeah, only one giveaway, or one takeaway actually for Edmonton, 2 for Dallas. Yeah, Stuart Skinner has been really good, stopping 29 out of 30 shots up to this point. And still kind of sad from Game 7 of Round 2 from Toronto and Florida. My Leafs lost. Probably one of the worst Game 7s I've seen. Yeah, that was not good. And yet another year appointment for Toronto. Anyways, we're not here to talk about Toronto. We're here for the Eastern Conference Final. And hopefully Edmonton makes it back to the Stanley Cup Finals. Yeah, because want Canada to finally get the cup back for the first time in 30 some years. Yeah, I'll actually look that up. How long has it been since Canadian team won the cup? Yeah, it's been 32 years since the Canadian team last won the Stanley Cup. So, Edmonton nearly did it last year against Florida. And Florida is still looking dominant on the Western Conference Final, leading 3-0 over Carolina. Could be another sweep this year. But we have to see. Yeah, and it's also kind of I want a rematch from last year, but I also kind of want a new team to be crowned Stanley Cup champion. Yeah, probably not Florida. Yeah, the Pack, as I call them now. Anyways, we don't really need to get into any other nicknames I have for Florida. But yeah, this game has been pretty good. And if you're just joining us, please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. And hopefully I can do more streams like this. I think it's nearly time to puck drop here. Yeah. Just under 5 minutes till puck drop. Yeah. Around 4 minutes until puck drop on the third period. Yeah. Can't wait to see who gets crowned Cup champ this year. Yeah, I'll actually ask that question as well. I'm going to put that in chat here. All right. Yeah. Maybe I can make a poll for that too, and we can. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll let some responses come in. And yeah. We'll have to get ready for this exciting third period. Yeah. It could be about time to yeah. Start the third period here. Yeah. Third period should be starting right around now. Just a reminder to click that subscribe button if you haven't already yet. Trying to get to 100 by the end of the year. And we're getting ready to take the opening face-off of third period here shortly. All right, here comes the opening face-off. Edmonton wins the first face-off of the third period, sends it down into Dallas' end. Here comes Dallas coming out of their zone. Here's a shot blocked in front. Here comes Edmonton. Sends it into Dallas' zone. Centered in front. Save by Ottinger. Wraparound chance. Stopped by Jake Ottinger. Yeah. Yeah, that was good chance. Yeah, gotta have good offense and good defense to win games. All right, here's the face-off in Edmonton's end. Dallas wins it. Here comes Dallas into the neutral zone. Sends it in deep. Edmonton picks up the puck. Sends it into Dallas' zone. Ottinger out to play it. Taken away by Edmonton, but here comes Dallas through the neutral zone. Edmonton takes it away. Shoot. Saved or sent wide by Edmonton. Here comes Edmonton again. That's going to be icing. Got another face-off back in Edmonton's end. Yeah, this game has been really physical. So many hits have been played. Over 50. 31 for Edmonton and 20 for Dallas. It's a different story in terms of shots on goal. It's 31 shots for Dallas and 18 for Edmonton. And here's Dallas back in their zone. Here's Dallas moving it through center. Covered up by Stuart Skinner. Yeah, good. Yeah, good shots for Edmonton and Dallas. And yeah, Dallas has more shots than Edmonton, but it's still 3-1 Edmonton, despite Dallas having more shots. Yeah, here's Dallas with the puck shot and saved by Stuart Skinner. Edmonton sensed out of their zone, but quickly picked up by Dallas. Here comes Dallas. Taken away by Edmonton. Sent all the way down the ice, but not called icing. Here comes Dallas. Sends it into Edmonton zone. Edmonton trying to get it back out of their zone. And sends it into Dallas's zone. Dallas with the puck now in their zone. In the neutral zone. Back into Edmonton's end. Here's Edmonton behind their net. Here's Edmonton through the neutral zone. Gets it into Dallas territory, but quickly into the net. And ooh. Yeah. They're showing a replay of like a big hit from Dallas. That's wild. Face off at center ice here. Won by Dallas. Here's Dallas in Edmonton zone. Here's a shot. Saved. Rebound turned away by Skinner. Here's Dallas in the corner. Shot. Saved by Skinner. Rebound also turned away. Here's Edmonton. Breakaway chance. Scores. 4-1. Zach Hyman with the goal. That was a beautiful pass to set up the goal. "4-1 Edmonton." What a goal by Zach Hyman. Yeah, around 16 and a half minutes left in the game. Edmonton's up 4-1. Yeah, off a beautiful goal by Zach Hyman. Hyman broke a 7-game goalless drought. Here's Dallas with a shot, blocked by Edmonton. Here's Hyman putting it into Dallas territory. Here's Dallas coming through neutral zone. Taken away by Edmonton. Getting it out of their zone. Here's Dallas sending it deep in Edmonton's zone. Dallas behind Edmonton's net. Centered in front. Sent wide. Elected out of play. There were some good chances for Dallas to make it a 2-goal game. But good defense from Edmonton keeps. Well, there's a high stick behind the play that the refs didn't call. Yeah, Jamie Benn was the one who got high sticked, but no call. Yeah, he's bleeding a little. Yeah, face-off won by Dallas. Shot. Wide. Another shot blocked in front. Here's Dallas. Taken away by Edmonton. Pass was broken up. Here's Corey Paragon after a puck. Yeah, Dallas cleared out the puck. Here comes Edmonton. Yeah, here comes Dallas through center ice. Shot saved by Stuart Skinner. Here comes Edmonton. Shot saved by Jake Ottinger. Yeah, this has been a really good game so far. Yeah, despite being outshot, 35-19. Yeah, Edmonton is on top, 4-1. Yeah, like just over 14 and a half minutes left to go. Face off won by Dallas here. Here comes Dallas clearing it out of the zone. Edmonton puts it right back in. Battle on the boards for the puck. Edmonton takes it back out to center ice. Puts it back in Dallas' zone. High stick and some words after the whistle between Zach Hyman and someone from the Dallas Stars. Hey, how's it going? All right. Hi, Henry. Here's the face-off from center ice. Dallas taken away by Edmonton. Here comes Edmonton. Shot blocked. Race for the puck. Edmonton behind their net. Taken away by Dallas. Edmonton now coming through center. Sending it into Dallas' end. Net has been dislodged. Frederick was taken down into the net. He looks to be in a little bit of discomfort. Hopefully he's all right. Yeah, it's less than 14 minutes left to go in the third period here. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. Might be a little bit of a stretch, but still have hope that I can do it. Let's take a look at the poll. Yeah, 5. Okay. Yeah, we got a poll going. If you want to vote, like who will win the game, you can go and vote on the poll. We'll close it down here at halfway through the third. And yeah. Zach Hyman with Edmonton's fourth goal. Earlier this period. Edmonton still hasn't gotten to 20 shots yet. It's kind of been like a flip, kind of, in terms of shots on goal and hits. Edmonton has 35 hits, while Dallas has 20. And Dallas has 35 shots, while Edmonton only has 19 shots on goal. Yeah, it's been a physical game up to this point. And hopefully it continues to be as physical. Face-off won by Edmonton. Shot stopped by Ottinger. Fight in the corner for the puck. Here's Bouchard. Dekes around. Here comes Dallas. Rantanen takes it into the corner. Edmonton has it behind their net. Here comes Edmonton behind Dallas's net. Missed pass. Here comes Dallas to jump on the opportunity. Here's Dallas. Set in front. Blocked in front. Here's Edmonton. Tried to flip it into center ice area. Here's Dallas. Sends it deep in Edmonton's end. Broken stick on the play. Here's Dallas. Edmonton takes it back. Here's Dallas in the neutral zone. Here's Dallas with a shot attempt. Blocked. Here's Dallas with a shot. That went wide. Here's Dallas again. Behind the net. Oh, big hit by Dallas. Puck is knocked out into the center ice area. Here comes Dallas. Offside is the call. Welcome in all new viewers. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of this year. And it'd be an honor if you subscribe. Scores 4-1 Edmonton. 11 and a half minutes left to go in the game. Here's Edmonton sending it into Dallas' zone. Ottinger out to play it. Here comes Dallas through the neutral zone. Behind the net. Here comes Dallas. Edmonton takes it away in the neutral zone. Passed back in their zone. Here comes Edmonton. Sends it into Dallas' zone. Icing the call. Just under 11 minutes here to play. And Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Final. Or is it Western? Yeah, I think it's... Yeah. Sorry, Western Conference Final, not Eastern Conference Final. Yeah, 4-1 Edmonton. Here's a face-off, which is won by Edmonton. Here comes Edmonton through center. Tried to chip it in, but Dallas takes the puck. Sends it into Edmonton zone. Edmonton gets the puck back. Battle on the boards for the puck. Dallas sends it into the Edmonton zone from center ice. Here comes Edmonton. Sends it into Dallas's zone. Onger out to stop it, or pass it, actually, to his teammate. Here comes Dallas in Edmonton's zone. Shot saved by Stuart Skinner, who has had a wonderful night. He's stopped 35 out of 36 shots. And Edmonton is up 4-1. If you want to answer the question of who will win this game between Edmonton and Dallas, you can answer the poll, which we have. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of the year. It'll be great if I can get to 100 subscribers. Yeah, get some more stats going. Yeah, 36 shots on goal for Dallas, only 19 for Edmonton. 39 hits for Edmonton, only 22 for Dallas. Yeah, there have been quite amount of blocked shots too. Edmonton blocking 18 and Dallas blocking 14 of them. Yeah, goal scorers are Evan Bouchard and Connor McDavid in the first period. In the second period, Jason Robertson actually got the goal, and not Bischel, who initially was said to get the goal for Dallas. And then later in that period, with less than a minute left, Connor McDavid got his second of the game. And then Zach Hyman got goal number 4 in the third period here for Edmonton. All right, face off in Edmonton zone, won by Edmonton. Here comes Edmonton through center ice, sends it into Dallas's zone. Here's Edmonton in front. Couldn't get the shot off. Was that Bouchard? I think that was Bouchard who fanned on a shot. Here comes Dallas in Edmonton zone. Edmonton gets it out into center. Dallas picks it up in their own end. Here's Mikko Rantanen. Sends it into the corner. Hit in the corner. Here's Edmonton. Now in the center ice, here comes Edmonton. Shot, tipped in front, saved by Oettinger. Should be shot number 20 for Edmonton. Janmark got a piece of it in front, but it was a good save by Jake Oettinger on Janmark to keep it from being a 5-1 hockey game. And Edmonton finally has 20 shots this game. And here's the face-off, won by Dallas. Dallas clearing it out their zone. Icing is waved off. Or, wait, actually, never mind. Icing was called. So we'll get a face-off here in Dallas's zone. Face-off won cleanly by Edmonton. Here's a slap shot, blocked in front. Here's Dallas, out to center ice. Sent into Edmonton's zone. Big hit near the puck. Here's Dallas in their own zone. Here comes Dallas towards the corner. Behind the net. Here, fight among the boards for the puck. Here comes Edmonton in Dallas' zone. Oh, and they score. Evander Kane, I believe, got the goal. Or was it Zach Hyman again for his second? Yeah, I think it was Zach Hyman with the goal. Yeah, Zach Hyman got the goal. His second of the game. Oh, yeah, Zach Hyman did get the goal. It was a good saucer pass that got past two defenders, and then Zach Hyman tucked it away right behind Jake Ottinger. Face-off won by Dallas. Taken away by Edmonton, who gets it into Dallas' zone. Edmonton chasing after the puck. Sent into Dallas' zone. Scrum in the corner for the puck. Here's Dallas coming through center ice. Here comes Edmonton, taking it away. Pass broken up by Dallas again, but Edmonton gets it back after Dallas flunks it into Edmonton's zone. Edmonton passing it back and forth in their own zone. Here comes Edmonton. Puck in the netting. And we got a poll going for who we think is going to win the game, but I said I was going to do that midway through the third period. Got a little bit carried away. Sorry about that. And, unanimous vote. Edmonton will win the game, which is what they're currently doing. 5 goals on 21 shots for Edmonton. Here's Dallas in Edmonton's zone. Dallas passes it back up to the blue line. Shot sent wide. Here's Edmonton. Put it down the ice, and icing is the call. Icing will be the call, and we'll get a face-off in Toronto's end. Or not Toronto. I'm sorry. I know I thought I was doing a Leafs game, but sorry. Here's a face-off. Ref calls for a redo. Yeah, 5 goals on 21 shots for Edmonton. That's pretty good, if you ask me. Face-off won by Dallas. Shot blocked. Puck is back in the neutral zone. Here comes Dallas. Poked away by Edmonton. Here's Dallas with the puck now. Dallas behind the nets in front. Chance kind of went away there. Shot saved by Stuart Skinner. And puck is put out of the zone, but quickly got back. And, sent into the net after a shot. Yeah, this has been a really dominant game for Edmonton in terms of scoring. Now we have 2 players on the hat trick watch. Those 2 players are Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman. Edmonton is doing really well. Yeah. And Edmonton is hitting Dallas into oblivion with 43 shots, and Dallas has 26 hits so far. And Dallas has 36 shots on goal, and Edmonton only has 21. Yeah, despite being outshot, Edmonton has still found a way to be ahead in this game. 5-1. I'll go through the goal scores again. Evan Bouchard for Edmonton made it 1-0. Then Connor McDavid made it 2-0 for Edmonton. In the second period, Jason Robertson got the goal to make it 2-1. And then Connor McDavid made it 3-1 later in that period with less than a minute to go. Then in the third period, Zach Hyman scored both the 4th and 5th goal for Edmonton. So, yeah, that's a pretty dominant performance by both McDavid and Zach Hyman. And one of the goals was even on a breakaway for Zach Hyman. All right, face-off won, I believe, by Edmonton. Here's Edmonton behind their net. Here's Dallas in neutral zone. Here's Dallas. Someone got tripped up. And that'll be a penalty. Second one for Edmonton, I believe. Never mind. I think it was. Yep. Penalty on. Apocalypse. I don't even know how to say that name. All right. See you, Uncle Phil Horanek. Face-off won by Edmonton. Here's Edmonton now with the puck. Sends it down the ice. Here's Johnston for Dallas, bringing it through the neutral zone, sending it in. Never mind, Robertson has it. Here's Heiskanen drops it back for Johnston. Here's Duche for Robertson for Johnston. Here's Heiskanen. And apparently the play was offsides. Must have just crossed that blue line. Nearing the 4-minute mark left in the game. The score is 5-1. Edmonton. And despite being shot into oblivion, Edmonton is the one winning this game. Here's the face-off won by Dallas, which goes all the way back into Dallas's zone. Here comes Harley for Granlund. And Nurse sends it out of the zone all the way down. Ottinger will come out to play that. Here comes Harley for Granlund. Here comes Seguin, I think is how you say it. Here comes Edmonton shorthanded. Hyman cuts the shot off. And a little contact after the whistle. That's not good. Now we got a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Or just... it'll be 4-on-4 for a little bit. Didn't hear who the penalty was on. Oh yeah, it's probably on Jamie Benn or Harley. It's on Harley for unsportsmanlike conduct. That's not the penalty you want to take. Even when you're on the power play and you have like 28 seconds left on the power play, you don't want to take an unsportsmanlike penalty. I mean, you could try and score 4 quick goals, but you don't want to take that penalty. Edmonton won that faceoff and shot it wide at the net. Here's Edmonton in the corner. Sends it up to the blue line and sends it behind the net. Here's Edmonton on the blue line. 4-on-4 is over. Now it's back to 5-on-5 hockey. Here's Edmonton. Evander Kane had the puck taken away from him. Shot was just wide. Here's Darnell Nurse at center ice. A trip. Shot. Many shots. Here's Draisaitl. Klingberg. Shoot that. And he scores. John Klingberg for Edmonton. Makes it 6-1. Puts this game out of reach. With 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, John Klingberg makes it 6-1. It was a shot from some distance. I don't think Ottinger got to see this. Yeah, and it went glove side. Anyways, here's Dallas sending it into Edmonton zone. Here's Dallas. Shot. Blocked in front. Here's Dallas on the side of the net. Goes behind the net. Here's Dallas along the wall. Here's Edmonton now on the breakout. Good hit along the wall for Dallas. Here comes Dallas on the breakout along the wall. Behind the wall, fighting for the puck. Sent out to center ice. Around 1:20 left in the game. Here comes Dallas. Here's Edmonton behind the net. Here's Edmonton coming through center, sending it into Dallas's zone. 1 minute left to go in regulation. Here's Dallas on a scoring chance, saved by Stuart Skinner. And the puck comes back out to center ice, and here's Edmonton on the attack. 40 seconds left. Here's Edmonton at the blue line. Shot just wide. Here's Dallas along the wall. Less than 30 seconds left to go in the game. Here's Dallas sending that out of play, and scrum breaks out near center ice. Someone with his helmet off. Yeah, I think it's Kapanen who has his helmet off. All right, 24.6 seconds left. Oh, yeah, Kapanen. Oh, that was kind of a nasty little play there. Yeah, Kapanen kind of. Well, I think Kapanen was trying to finish his check, but. Yeah, may have gotten a little too aggressive with that. And that's where the scrum started. Wonder what the referees are going to call here. All right, here we go for the call. I couldn't quite hear that call. I'm sure there was like a penalty for both teams. I'll look it up on the NHL app. Yeah, Colin Blackwell got a 2-minute minor for roughing. And I'm sure who was it that I just said? I'm sorry. I'm blanking on it. Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess it was Kapanen, actually. Yeah, I think it was Blackwell for roughing on Kapanen. And, oh, yep. Kapanen got 2-minute minor for roughing against Colin Blackwell. Will be 4-on-4 for the rest of the game. Here's Dallas with the puck at center ice. Sends it into Edmonton's zone, but Edmonton takes that away. Less than 10 seconds to go, and that'll be game. Edmonton takes game 3 by a commanding 6-1 victory over the Dallas Stars. What an intense game. I'll quickly run through Evan Bouchard and Connor McDavid got the first 2 goals of the game. And in the second period, Jason Robertson made it 2-1. Then Connor McDavid, with his second of the game, makes it 3-1. Then Zach Hyman got goals number 4 and 5 of the game. And then John Klingberg on the power play for the 6-1 lead and win. Yeah, just some final stats. Dallas had 37 shots on goal, and Edmonton only had 24. Yeah, Edmonton went 1 for 3 on the power play. Dallas went 0 for 2. Edmonton had 47 hits. Dallas had 28. Edmonton had 19 blocked shots. Dallas had 17. And Edmonton takes the 2-1 series lead over Dallas. And I'm excited for this as an Edmonton fan. Yeah. Hopefully Edmonton can win the series and get back to the Cup. Yeah, I do want to see that rematch from last year for Dallas versus Florida. And Florida over on the Eastern Conference final looks like they could sweep and get back to the Stanley Cup playoffs for third year in a row. And I think that's all I have for now. And thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers on the year and around quarter of the way there. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next stream.